Hey beauties, and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Riri, and Merry Derissmas! I cannot believe it is Christmas. I know that some of the things I have said I was going to do, which I'm doing the entire month of December, so they're still coming, I promise. I know they haven't happened, but I get packages and things happen, and I want to film those while they're still current and relevant. So yeah, today is just going to be a short and sweet little quick get ready with me. And I also wanted to try a couple new things to me, and I'm going to be trying the Juvia's Place foundation and the Benefit Cookie Highlight. I have heard so many amazing things about this, so I'm very excited for this. So we're going to just hop in. I did get the shade Capri. Sorry, hubby brought me a drink. And if I have to pause or you hear hubby, then it just is what it is. It's a crazy day. It's a crazy time. It's the holidays. How the hell is everybody? I hope you are all great and fantastic and wonderful. So anyways, I had the shade Capri. This was very inexpensive. And it's supposed to be a I Am Magic Velvet Matte Finish. Apply product with a wet brush. So I guess it's supposed to be kind of more natural-ish. Oh my god, I squeezed out a lot. But it actually looks like a good color. Okay, I'm going to feel it. It definitely does feel kind of like a moussey texture, kind of like the old school Maybelline Dream Matte Mousse. That shit was amazing back in the day. And then as I got older and my skin got drier, it didn't work anymore. I do have my Touch and Soul Primer on and my Elemis Rose Oil on my face. So we're going to go in. So yeah, I think I'm going to probably vent a lot in this one because I'm kind of... Oh, I put way too much. Oh my god. This is my Love is the foundation brush from It's Cosmetics. Oh, that feels so nice. Ooh. 0 scent also. So this might be a little bit of a venti, assholey type of video. Just because I'm kind of trying to do a video where I kind of just vent and kind of get a lot of shit off my mind, so that I can kind of lose some weight, if you feel me, okay? And I mean, just kind of letting go of some shit. I don't talk about my feelings often in regard to like personal things. Wowie, this is beautiful. Oh my god. Of course I use way too much, so I'm really trying to press it out. So a little goes a long way. And y'all know I don't get all the way under my under eyes because I put concealer, and too much product as we mature is not good, okay? So yeah, I'm probably gonna vent. I'm gonna talk about some kind of personal-ish things. And if you don't want to hear it, then I do apologize, but this is my channel. We are a family, and we are supposed to be open and honest with one another. I also, in saying that, I want you guys to know too that if you ever need to reach out, you know, via Instagram or whatever the case may be, I am here. I'm here to talk. You guys know that I'm a very open, honest type of person. I am an open book. But I really want to go... Yeah, I put way too much. Way too much. I want to kind of start off the new year. I've already kind of been doing this past few months. Hence, not having my Facebook page and all that kind of stuff up. I did finally go back onto my personal Facebook page. But as far as like my modeling, you know, kind of more business page, I have not reactivated that. Yeah, reactivated that. So my kind of change from within started actually quite a few months ago, with something in particular that happened in my life. And this may be a trigger warning for some people. I will talk about my sadness. I will talk about my depression and things like that. So now will be the time to mute me. Watch me just do my makeup and hop out of the video. Yeah, a little goes a very long way. I'm kind of pissed because I feel like I wasted so much. I'm going to try to get it back in here. The coverage is phenomenal. The color is actually beautiful too. So far, I'm pretty damn shocked. I mean, that is beautiful. And I do like that it may set down a little bit more than this. But I do like that with it being a velvet matte, it's not so dry and so matte that you can't see a little bit of like lit from within-ness. Okay, yeah, I can't get any back in there. Okay, I wasted a ton. So, anywho's, this would be the time for you to exits or mute me. So I think a lot of people, I've talked about a specific incident that happened last year that kind of really changed my life. And I know that sounds maybe a little dramatic, but it did. Changed my perception of other people, changed how I felt about myself. It really took away all of my self-confidence. And I honestly have not been the same since then. But pretty much I've tried to speak to my sister. Let me rephrase that. My sister has not spoken to me since August of this year. And we had an incident that happened last August of 2018, where basically a lot of stuff happened. She took me somewhere where I was not actually even invited to, and particular people for reasons I don't know and I can't explain, and they have not been explained to me. But for some reason, there were preconceived notions of me before I even got to this place that I wasn't even invited to begin with. I'm using my naked skin. So it was kind of a shit show from the very beginning, showing up at this particular place with these particular people who already didn't like me, who had never met me. And basically, I ended up on the side of the road with my sister throwing my luggage at me and pretty much telling me, like, fuck you. I won't go completely into detail, and I know that's very kind of leaving a lot to be desired. But pretty much I was bullied by this other person, or a couple of people. I was threatened by someone else. These were all people that my sister knew, that were her friends, and she basically didn't do shit to defend me, didn't bat an eye or anything like that. So I walked out because I did not know any of these people, and I did not want to get physically attacked by a group of people and me being by myself. I didn't know any of these people. We were at the beach, so we were 2.5 hours away from my home, and at the particular place we were at, we were by foot probably 1.5 hours to 2 hours away from this place. And the by foot makes sense. You'll get it. So yeah, we were at this place where I'm not wanted, clearly. And this particular person, again, who I've never met a day in my life, never heard of, know nothing about, etc., was just digging into me the entire day. Even before there was any alcohol involved or anything like that. This person was a disgusting, vile human being. And I hope they see this one day, and I hope that they realize how shitty of a fucking human being they are. But basically, it started with my weight, which this person's overweight themselves, so touche. But it started the beginning of the day with just little snarky, bullshit-ass remarks. I get that we are not all raised in the same place. I get that we are not all going to know the same language, so to speak. But, you know, I am part of the makeup, beauty, modeling type of community. So when I say beat your face, most people that I know personally know beat your face means I'm fixing to do your makeup the best you've ever had your damn face done in your life, honey. So basically, the entire day this person was digging into me, talking shit to me. I was like, oh, bitch, yes. And the person was like, motherfucker, I ain't your bitch, and all this other stuff. I mean, just, it was fucking insane. I've never in my life ever been around anybody so disgusting to me, especially not ever knowing me, not knowing who I was, not ever even giving me the fucking chance for this person to like me. So it kind of started, with that. Well, as the night progressed, this person continued to obviously drink more. Everybody was. And this person kept just digging into me. I had brought my entire kit because the purpose of me going, so I thought, was to do my sister's makeup for this particular event. And, I thought I was invited to this particular event because that's what my sister told me. And I packed up my entire makeup kit, enough that if I needed to do extra makeup, if anyone else needed help, I was there to offer my assistance. Now, mind you, I literally sat at one place the entire time. I sat in the kitchen on a chair, didn't move from there other than twice to go to the bathroom. And if you know me personally, even if you don't know me personally, I am not a vindictive person. I'm not a cold, callous person. I'm not fucking mean to anybody, and I've never met a stranger. Anybody that knows me can tell you that. I don't walk into a room and think my shit doesn't stink. I don't walk into a room and clam up. I don't walk into a room and not say, hey, you know, what's going on? Hey, I'm Riri. You know, how you doing? Da, 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 da. And it was just not being reciprocated that day at all, no matter what I did. And my feelings were hurt from the very beginning. And I didn't, you know, become an asshole. I didn't say, okay, well, I don't know why this dude's being a fucking prick to me. You know, and I honestly should have called an Uber or something like that and gone the fuck back to the hotel room or whatever. I don't know. So we're all sitting there and I was like, hey, you know, the bitch thing, everything leading up to all this point. So I'm sitting there and I was like, hey, you know, I brought my kit if you want me to do your eyebrows. The guys were talking about, hey, we didn't exactly groom. And I was like, hey, you know, I can do your eyebrows. And we were at the beach all day. Guys, I know I don't have any brows. Okay, I know this already. And I was never self-conscious by it. Fucking ever. I'm just going like this. So yeah, I obviously was at the beach. I didn't have any makeup on, so of course my brows they're not done, obviously, and I'm not wearing makeup. I'm at the fucking beach. So I said that to this person. This person stood up. I'm right here at the table, and this person's across from me. Stood up like this, gets this close to my face, and goes, have you seen your brows? So him and his little friend start laughing. And of course, he's already been on my nuts the entire day, and I'm already at the point of pretty much breaking down. Either breaking down or fucking exploding. So I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm not going to say nothing. I'm just going to keep my mouth shut. Now, mind you, my sister's right here. And so someone else that's supposed to love me and maybe should have spoken up a little bit, but I understand in hindsight why the person didn't. But nobody says anything. Finally, there's another young lady there, and she was actually one of the only ones that befriended me and was kind to me. And she was talking about, God, you know, I wish I was smaller, you know, so I could be a model. It's something I've always wanted to do. And I was like, you know, I said, girl, if I can model and I can be successful and I can be published and, you know, and stuff like that and kind of start gaining some traction, then anybody can. You know, it's honestly, first and foremost, it's about confidence. It's about knowing who you are. And then it's also about knowing your body, knowing your angles, you know, knowing lighting and things like that. And I was talking to her about this stuff. So now mind you, I'm still sitting in the same place. Haven't moved. I haven't said a shit to anybody out of the way. He gets up again. You're a fucking model? Have you seen yourself? Then my sister actually does say, yeah, you know, I've, you know, photographed her a few times. You know, my sister's an amazing model, yada, yada. That was the one and only time this night that she actually spoke up and said something. So just the entire night, this person is going off. Now, mind you, I've never met this person. I don't know this fucking person. So they all go outside and they're all on the back deck, which is right behind me. And the window is literally right here. I can hear everywhere that's being said. So this person's bride-to-be and her mother and grandmother are in the next room, but I mean, it's open. They're right here. I can see them. And they're like, hey, you know, what time are we going to get our hair done? Well, I don't know what I'm going to do with my hair. How are we going to do makeup? And I said, hey, you know, I brought my whole kit. You know, I could beat your face and you'll love it. I'll beat your face. I'm not thinking in this moment, because I am used to hearing beat your face. I'm not thinking that whichever one of those three, don't know which one, went outside and said it. But apparently one of those three went outside and said that I threatened them. I threatened their life. I was going to beat them up. So this person comes in, the one that has been digging in at me all day long, gets in my face this close and says, what the fuck is this that you're going to come beat my face? You're going to beat my family's face in? And I was like, first of all, I don't know what the hell you're talking about. Second of all, beat your face is a term for doing your makeup. And then he's going on and on and on. And I should have just shut up because he was drinking. And that's never, you know, you can't, it's like adding fuel to the fire. So he's like, well, where I fucking come from, beat your face is smashing your fucking head in the pavement. And he's just going off, going the fuck off. Then he walks outside and another person comes in and they're like, well, fuck you, you bitch. And why are you trying to fuck with my family? And I'm like, at this point, I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Am I living in a fucking reality world? Is someone filming me? Am I being fucking punked? Where's Ashton at? Because I'm fucking clueless. I'm like, what the fuck is going on, dude? And yes, I had been drinking, but again, I'm sitting right there, and I've never in my life, again, you can ask anybody, I've never in my 40 years on this earth, you guys, been combative with somebody. I have never drank and just become an asshole for no fucking reason. Flirtatious, funny, hungry, yes. Mean, no. So this second person's in my face, and I'm like, what in the fucking hell is going on right now? Well, my sister's literally right here, and I can hear everybody talking. Not at one time does she say, guys, like, you know, chill out. That's my sister. You know, quit being rude to my sister. Or, it means fucking something. Jesus Christ. You know, and she could have explained it. She could have been like, yeah, you know, that's a term that she's used to. You know, maybe you guys haven't heard it, but, you know, that's definitely not what she meant to say, except something. She could have said something. Instead, she goes, oh yeah, I've never heard of that either. I don't even know what that means. Yes, you do. And she knew she did. And at that point, I screamed right here at the window, and I said, you know what? You're a fucking bitch. Fuck you. And you know what? She deserved it. And maybe it was a little bit harsh, but I don't give a fuck. She deserved it. And I would hope that if we were in the same situation and it was table's turn, that she would fucking call my ass out too. I hope that any of you would call my ass out for doing that. So with this, I could feel myself just welling up inside. I was either fixing to lose my shit, or I was going to have a fucking breakdown and just start crying. And I was not going to give them that satisfaction. So I got up with my phone and I walked out the opposite door, out the front door. And I was like, I'm just going to go walk. I'm just going to go walk for a few minutes. I'm going to calm myself down. And then I'm going to ask my sister to take me back to the hotel room. My sister was driving. No, that didn't happen. I go to call my husband to hopefully calm myself down. I'm in Pinker. To calm myself down. And my sister comes out and she's like, what the fuck is wrong with you? And what the fuck's going on? And I was like, you know what? Fuck you. You are a shitty ass person. You should have defended me. And granted, again, I maybe was too harsh to her. I know I was. But in that given moment, I'm sorry, anybody would have reacted in that way. We're fucking human. I literally have been degraded and put down and bullied by this motherfucker the entire fucking day. And then he gets in my face, and I'm a big bitch, and this motherfucker's twice my size. I'm a big bitch, and he gets up in my face, and yes, it was intimidating. Also, the fact that there's a house full of fucking people that I've never met in my entire life that are literally being assholes to me for no fucking reason. They don't fucking know me. None of them knew me. Aside from this one beautiful girl that I don't even remember her name because it was that fucked up of a night. But aside from her, everybody was a piece of shit to me. Everybody. And my sister allowed it. My sister did not defend me. My sister also acted like I was the scum of the fucking earth. So I'm on the phone with my husband. I'm crying. It is midnight. And I'm like, you know, babe, I don't know what the fuck is going on. I don't know why I'm being treated this way. I wish I never would have come. And in that moment is when my sister came up. So of course, I'm crying. I am upset. I am very emotional. I'm very confused. I'm fucking hurt. And yeah, I cussed at her. Well, instead of her saying, you know, fuck sis, I'm so sorry, you know, her going to get her keys and saying, hey, come on, let's just go. Let's go back to the room, you know, and you don't have to come, you know, to the event and everything else. And you can just kind of avoid everybody and we'll just let it be. That is what I would have personally done. Actually, no, it wouldn't. I'll get to what I would have done. So instead of her doing that, she walks away, comes back 3 minutes later while I'm still on the phone with my husband, mind you. And she takes my luggage out of her van, sets it on the side of the road, and says, if you want to be a bitch, you can fucking walk. And of course, that made me just become hysterical. I was hysterically crying. I'm in a place I'm not familiar with. I didn't have a pot to fucking piss in because every bit of money I had, I gave to her towards gas and stuff like that because she was buying food with her food stamps. I had no money at all. I'm 2.5 hours away from home. I'm at least an hour, if not more, by foot to our hotel room. I don't even know where the fuck the hotel room is because I don't know where I'm at. So my husband was like, you need to give me her phone number right now. Right the fuck now. And I'm like, no, I'm not going to do that. Just let it be between the two of us. You know, but if you can come and get me in the morning, I need to get the fuck away from here. I need to get out of here. I'm so sorry about all the cuss words, y'all. I will definitely put a warning somewhere on the video before people start watching this. But I have to say this, you guys, because I haven't said it to anybody, and it has eaten me up for almost 2 years. Because I haven't been vocal and because people don't know about it. So anyways, I'm gonna go into sponsored. Whew. So my husband, he's fucking furious, as any husband would be, as any wife would be, as any, spouse would be. And he ends up getting my sister's phone number, not for me, and calls her, and he's like, if anything fucking happens to my wife, I'm gonna come down there and I'm gonna beat the fucking brakes off of you. Again, anybody would have responded in this way. I would have hoped that, if I had done her that way, that her husband would have called me and been like, dude, you're a fucking piece of shit and you need to go find my fucking wife. So I just take off walking, and I'm like, okay, I pray to God that I can actually get into the hotel room. So I called the hotel and I asked the guy, are you going to let me in? Am I going to be able to come in? Because I already knew the type of person that my sister was, with everything that was happening, that she was going to lock my ass out of the room. I just knew it. I fucking felt it. So with that being said, he's like, well, ma'am, I'm sorry. The room is in her name, so I cannot legally let you in if she does lock the doors. So I'm like, well, that's fucking great. Obviously, she's going to beat me. She's in a van and I'm walking at now 1 o'clock in the morning, walking. Again, no money, no nothing. Talking to my husband the entire time because I'm freaking the fuck out. If you already know, obviously, and been here for more than 2 seconds, you already know I have debilitating anxiety, and I was fucking terrified. I was terrified, you guys. I've never been so hurt in my entire existence of life as I have been from this situation. So he finally convinces her, tells her, like, you need to go fucking find my wife now. So almost an hour later, she comes around and I see the van, and she's like, so do you want to ride or what? Really? No, I want to fucking walk. I want to sit here on the side of the fucking road at 1 o'clock in the morning being fucking terrified after being bullied for an entire 24-hour time frame and my sister leaving me on the side of the road. No, I don't want to ride. I get in the van and she's acting as if this is somehow my fault. I had something to do with this. First of all, you invited me here knowing that I was not invited, knowing that these people did not even know I was coming, which is bullshit on your part. If that was the case, then tell me, hey, you weren't actually invited. So I'll go take care of the stuff I need to take care of throughout this 3 days for this event, and you can chill here, lay out, go to the pool, whatever. Cool. I'd have been fine with that. 100% fine with that. But no, that's not what happened. So we get back to the hotel, and I guess from where I had previously called, the gentleman. Ooh. He was like, ma'am, and at this point, I am tired. I'm crying. I'm an emotional fucking real wreck. And I'm like, I'm just going to go up the stairs. So yes, I ignored the guy, and it wasn't anything personal against him. Jesus Christ, I'm fucking hurt. I just want this whole night to be over with and have my husband come pick me up the next morning and just be done. No, I hear the gentleman say, Miss, my sister's last name, would you like me to call the police? And she said plain as day, yes, please, and saying it in a pissed way. Later on, she tells me she didn't say that, but she fucking said that. I heard it. I heard her fucking say that. Well, I get up to the room, and she has locked me out of the room. Tells me that she's not going to let me in, all this other stuff, and then, of course, here come the fucking cops. So we spend hours just going back and forth, yelling at each other, and all this other bullshit. Lots of other stuff was said. Things happened that I'm not going to say because I don't want anyone looking down upon her in that particular way. And basically, she did say, I'm sorry, and that was kind of it. And then we went to bed, and it was what it was. I get up the next morning, and I'm thinking to myself, I was like, I can't believe that you're being this way. If it was me, I wouldn't even do this event anymore. You're not getting paid for it. You've already complained and bitched that these people are horrible people, that you're not even getting paid now. 5 minutes. That you're not even getting paid now, that you don't even want to do the event. All this other, she was fucking trash talking the fuck out of these people. Because they'd fucked her over, and, they were supposed to pay her X amount of money. Now she's not making a dime and all this other stuff. But then I hear her talking to this other person outside the room, and she's like, TT, ta-ta, TT, acting like she's best friends with this person. Excuse me? Here's what I have done. And I even told her this. I said, imagine if you were at my house with my group of friends. This is going to be so long. I'm so sorry, guys. Imagine you're at my house with my group of friends, and somebody did that to you. First of all, I'm getting up in my friend's face. And I'm going to say, hey, so-and-so, I'm just putting some lip oil on. Hey, so-and-so, you need to fucking check yourself. This is my sister. And if you got some beef with her, then you got beef with me and I'm gonna need you to leave. I don't give a fuck, and all my friends know this too. I don't give a fuck if I've known you my entire life, and some of my friends I have. My family comes first. She did not even defend me. I would have gone the fuck off on any of my friends for treating my sister in that way, period. So me hearing this, me hearing her on the phone with them, me hearing her out in the hallway talking to this person and all this other stuff, I was just like, you know what? I can't do it. I cannot do it. So I called my husband, had him come pick me up. So we never really got to resolve the issue because I wanted to talk to her in person. We don't live in the same state. The highlight is amazing. Woo! Because we don't live in the same state. So I was waiting for the opportunity while holding on to all this pain and all this anger while she went and told other people in our family that I was a belligerent drunk and that I started it all. So I held on to all this pain for this entire time, waiting for the chance to us to actually physically be in front of one another and for me to talk to her in that way. I'm all about, like, let's talk about it. Let's fix shit. Let's be mature about things. But she didn't live here, so I couldn't do that. In all of that, I was harboring all this pain from last August to this August. And one day out of the blue, she messaged me and something snapped. Something in me just snapped. And was it a shitty delivery? Abso-fucking-lutely. And I've apologized more fucking times to her than I can count. I have reached out. I have texted, and messaged from, my husband's phone number. I try to call her from my son's phone number, which luckily she's not being a dick to my son when he texts, because then I would really fucking go off. But I've literally, guys, more than 100 times I've tried to text, tried to call, and nothing. And this past August, yes, I went off. I told her about herself. I told her how fucked up the situation was. I told her that I thought it was shitty that she apologized, but then went and told everybody else that it was my fault. You don't do that. And guys, I'm sorry, that's not an apology. To me, a sincere apology from her would have been, sis, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry that I allowed that to happen. I was in a tough position, whatever the case may be. I'm so sorry that you got hurt. And I promise you that will never happen again. I am sincerely sorry. And I love you. And just a genuine, heartfelt apology is all that I asked for. And she still would not do it. She was like, no, I apologized and it's dead. It's over with. I'm done with it. Of course you're over it, because you weren't the one that was hurt by it. You were not the one whose life was changed by this incident. And what I mean by that is, first and foremost, it changed our relationship. And my sister and I have always been close. Always. Like, I've always, loved her, been inspired by her, look up to her. She's always looked up to me. We've always been one another's ride or die, even when the rest of the world seems to hate us or, has something to say or whatever the case may be. I've always gone to bat for her. I've always tried to uplift her and make her feel like the beautiful person that I know that she is. And yes, I said things that I shouldn't have said, but I was also hurt. I was also angry. And she has not talked to me since. She has not talked to me since I said those things. And they weren't untrue things. They were very true things. They were just hurtful things. And my delivery was obviously shitty. And, for that, I'm sorry. And I did apologize to her. I allowed my anger and the way that she hurt me to hurt her in the exact same way. That was not my intention. I genuinely that day just wanted to resolve issues. Let's have a phone conversation. Let's actually talk. And she was not willing to do that. And I'm sorry, but if you love me and you respect me at all as your sister, as a friend, as a, whatever, then I deserve, first and foremost, I deserve to at least have, a real apology. Okay. And at first I thought I was owed an explanation, and I'm not, and it's fine. I'll never get an explanation. I already know what it is, though. She was intimidated. She didn't know how to handle things. And I think she was genuinely in a place where she did not know how to handle the situation. Although I feel like it literally could have been as easy as, sis, let's just go. I'm sorry. That's just, I would not allow anybody, regardless of if it's friend, sister, mom, someone I just met. I could be at a fucking bar and see someone getting bullied like that and be like, dude, what the fuck? Like, what are y'all doing? Chill out. But just, it was nothing. The fact that she literally did nothing. And it changed me, not only because of our relationship, with our relationship, but it completely devastated me. It completely made me feel like a worthless piece of shit, that I was the ugliest, fattest, most disgusting person. And I've never been a self-conscious person, even being bigger. Like, it is what it is. Do I know I need to work on things? Absolutely. I'm not blind. I mean, fuck, I know I'm fat. But I've always been a confident person, and I've always tried to empower other people as well. So for me to be put in a position like that, where my whole thing in life is empowering other people, and for me to just be belittled and taken down and degraded to such a fucking level that I literally for this past 2 years have had this much confidence, that I look in the mirror every single day and all I see is the fact that my eyebrows are fucked up. Like, dude, that is not okay. And I tried to explain that to her, like, what you did was not all right. And not only did she completely stop talking to me, but she had my fucking nieces and nephews do the same thing. And they all were off of my, my big page, my big Facebook page, have had shit to do with me, nothing to do with me. No hi, bye, fuck you, kiss my ass, no nothing. And that is devastating, because I could have allowed my son and my husband to both do that to her, but it wasn't their battle. It was our battle. It's not up to somebody else to say, hey, you and so-and-so are fighting, so that person's a piece of shit and I'm not going to be friends with them anymore, or I'm not going to be in their life. You're a very weak individual if you are doing that. Be a leader, not a follower. If you have a group of friends and they're ganging up on someone, don't fucking join them. If that person did not directly do something to you, why are you going to do that? Why are you going to hurt somebody because someone else wants to hurt them, or because them and someone else are beefing? It makes no sense to me. It makes absolutely no sense to me. And I don't understand why, in the full spectrum, the full realm of things, I was forgiving. Yes, I was still hurt, but I didn't not talk to her. I could have easily washed my fucking hands of her last August and been like, you know what? Fuck you. You're a piece of shit. You made me get treated like a piece of shit, and I'm done. But I didn't. I was still texting her. I was still messaging her on Facebook and stuff like that, because we don't live in the same state. And I was like, hey, I love you, sissy. And I still was there, even though the hurt was there. And I know that harboring that hurt for that entire year was not okay, and it's not the right thing or the safe thing or the whatever to do, but that's not me. I'm not an emotional person, ever. And I don't always know how to handle situations like that, even with death. Like, I'd be the person that would be cracking jokes and laughing because I don't know how to handle it, because I don't know how to take all that pain in, you know what I'm saying? So I'm a fucking mess, and it has really impacted me a lot. And I think that it definitely added to my level of depression this year, and the reason why I'm heavier than I've ever been in my entire life. So I'm letting it all go, and I'm letting it all out. And I know that now, at the end of the day, with 100 plus times of trying to text and call, I've done all I can do. I have done all that I can do. And even though I know that the way that I hurt her was out of the hurt and the pain that she caused me, I still sincerely apologized and admitted that I was wrong, because I didn't want to hurt her. That is never my intention, to hurt anybody. And it was damn sure not my intention to hurt my own sister. Just like I know in hindsight, she didn't mean for me to get hurt. She didn't handle the situation correctly, but I know she didn't mean for me to get hurt. So I'm learning to let that go. And I know this is very personal, and I don't always get super personal here, but I have to do this, and I had to say this just for my own peace of mind, so that I can move forward with things. And that's what I'm going to try to do. I am aiming for a better, stronger version of myself, physically and mentally. And for me to do that, I have to let things go. I have to know that I've tried my best, and that I forgave her, and that forgiveness is much easier to bear than regret. So, yeah, I am so sorry. I hope y'all love this look. I will do an update, hopefully, or at least write in the comments, but oh my God, I love this foundation a lot, and that highlight is bomb. So I feel very beautiful, even with my fucked up eyebrows. So yeah, with all that being said, I love you all so, so very much. Merry Christmas. Thank you so much for being here, and be your own best beautiful, and don't let anyone take that away from you. Bye, beauties.